Hi Gemini, welcome. This is Taurus Tours Tarot. I'm Joy, and we are looking at the energy for the month of May for you, Gemini. So, as I was sitting here, kind of like, just being quiet a little bit, the words that were coming through for you were peace, but also duality and rock wall. So it's kind of feeling like there was something that you wanted to pursue that was going to that you felt was going to bring you greater peace, but you got stuck somewhere, like kind of like hitting a wall, sort of, and yeah, it's like you're not quite sure your next move. You're not quite sure how to get over that that hump. Okay, so we have the just making sure. 8 of Cups, the 9 of Wands. Ooh, put it that side. There we go. 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So just this is really like what I was feeling. A journey, like something was missing. Like you needed greater peace, or you want greater peace. You need greater peace in your life. You're really looking for it, and so you're setting out to find it. You're setting out to find it, and that's awesome. I feel like it's going to require a lot of discipline and perseverance and follow through for you, but don't get discouraged. It's definitely worth any challenge that it might pose, or any trouble that it may cause. Not that I see it causing any trouble, but anytime we embark on a journey, there are obstacles that come up, and we have to be really willing to see those obstacles as opportunities and not get caught up in them, other than to see them in that way. Yeah. So so funny, because I was shuffling and this had fallen out. I felt like I wasn't quite ready, and then here it is back again. So yeah, so here we have the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. And what I'm really feeling from these two cards right now together is that you are embarking on some kind of journey to find some greater peace. There's been some turmoil, and naturally, of course, right, for all of us, it has been a crazy last couple of months for sure. Even if you're not directly impacted by the coronavirus, or if you're from somewhere where it's pretty under control, you still are picking up on people who are in places where it is not so stable. Yeah. Because we're all connected in that way, and we can definitely still pick up on that energy. And that energy is evident like in news media, social media, stuff like that as well too. So commercials, ads, it's definitely, this is the new normal, and it's been a challenge for everyone, not just you. And it could be that, and it could be other stuff too, because it's not like all other parts of life stop because of COVID, right? We still have relationships that need attention, and we still have ourselves that needs our attention. So yes, so it's been a crazy time, and you're ready to move to a different space, a space that is not so crazy. Yeah, and so the thing is also is that I'm feeling like for you, you're not yet quite seeing that it really is a journey inside, into self, to find that peace. It's not, you're not going to find it anywhere outside of yourself. Yeah. And maybe physically, moving to different places or doing different things is going to trigger you to go inside and find the peace. But ultimately, that is the only place that you will find it, is inside. And so if it is really what you want, then you need to go there. Yeah. But it's at first it's a little bit of a scary place to be, self vulnerable and open and honest, being honest with yourself. I mean, that's a huge step, to begin with, just to be honest with yourself about, what it is that is important to you, or that brings you joy, that makes you feel passionate. So this Nine of Wands is really about perseverance, that the journey may be a bit challenging, it may be a bit long, but the Nine of Wands is really saying that you do have the perseverance, the determination, the discipline, the fortitude to see it through, definitely. And it's really going to bring you to a new understanding of reality, really. A new understanding of the role you play in your own peace and happiness and joy. Yeah. How you engage in this world, the lens through which you view this world, is entirely within your power to modify. So you may have grown up, actually not may, probably, most 100% yes, probably, with messages being put on you as to you should do it this way or you should do it that way. Your parents, of course, they need to teach you, right? So they teach you, certain things, and of course, in the manner of which they teach you is also from their own perspective and their own experiences that led them to that particular belief or that particular framework, right? Just like racism, that is something that is passed on through generations, because it's taught, right? Parents teach it to their children whether they're aware of it or not. So there's many things, that ideas, beliefs that have been put on us as children and even as adults through media, through friends. Parents sometimes continue to, not to want to take a very active role in, determining your future. So for some parents, it's just hard to let go. But my point is this, that you are really embarking on this journey to realize your own truth. Yeah, to realize your own truth. And how huge is that? I mean, that is monumental, right? That if you've engaged in life through a lens that wasn't necessarily always yours, and then to suddenly engage in a way that is completely authentic and real and true to you, that's huge. That is huge. And that is, really the beginning to the amazing and wonderful possibilities that are going to open up to you. Yeah. But it does require work. It does require effort. It does require practice. And it also requires discipline and follow through, for sure, you know. But ultimately, what that's going to bring you is a feeling of finally getting it right, sort of, you know, or this feeling of like, man, I can't believe I went all of those years not knowing my true self, not being honest with me about who I am. And it's gonna feel wonderful for you to finally feel like you are living authentically. Yeah, I mean, that's massive. That is massive. And it really is a shift that we are all actually making together. There's just this huge energy of awakening, you know. And it was kind of like feeling it a bit, you know, prior to the whole pandemic, right? Like kind of like this feeling like, oh, I know it's coming. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming, you know. And then the pandemic comes, and then, you know, after that initial shock of like, oh my God, what's happening? There is this now like almost like mass awakening. People are really going within and really examining truth, yeah, and what that truth is for them. And everybody can have their own truth. It's okay, you know. You can find the faith and joy and love in self, or of self, and of source through religion, if that's what it is that works for you, you know. It's absolutely possible. You could find it through connecting with nature, you know. People find it in all kinds of different ways. And, you know, I think the important thing is that they find it, and you know, how or what it actually ends up being, it can look differently for different people, and that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. You know, you can believe in Christianity, and he can believe in Judaism, and, you know, I could be a Buddhist, but we can still all get along, and we can still all love each other, and we can still all share knowledge and share, you know, life and enthusiasm and joy. We can all share those things, while at the same time not necessarily believing the same things, because at the core of it, of our faith in whatever it is love. And so if we can always come from a place of love, the things that are different among us are only things that add beauty to us. And they are not things that are, you know, or have to be points of contention. So I suppose the big message for you, Gemini, is really finding your truth, for whatever that means to you, and being authentic to self. That is the really big, that's the big overall message for you. And this is important. This is really important. Okay? This is important for you as an individual, and it is important for us as a collective. You know, if we each do our own work, we are contributing that heightened, or that higher vibrational energy to the collective, right? It's almost the same idea as why we wear masks. We know that the masks is not necessarily going to protect us from the virus, but it will protect others from the virus. But it only works if everybody really does their part, right? And so I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to keep you safe. I am going to raise my own consciousness in order to raise the consciousness of the planet. Yeah? But it starts with knowing self, and it starts with accepting self and being true to self. Okay? But you are on this journey, and you do have the perseverance that it takes. Okay? You're just gonna have to work at it a little bit. It's, you know, you're gonna have to put a little bit of extra effort into it, but it's there for you. It's there for you. Okay? All right, Gemini. I love you. Take care. Aloha. Namaste.